Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, children. Good evening.
Ma'am,
Yes. Yeah, please tell me.
ma'am, shall I keep my video off, ma'am, because I'm not well? I'm Krishmika, ma'am.
All right, darling. Fine. Take care. Yes, children, let's see the answer to this question. I had asked you to complete this, but it's okay if you didn't have time, you had school, you didn't have time to work this, that's okay. So we'll see the answer now. So find the quotient and remainder on dividing P of X by G of X. Okay, the polynomials are given there. So this is what it is. So you have to perform the long division to find the quotient and remainder. You have to perform the long division. To find the quotient and remainder, you will have to perform the long division. See, if the question is only to find the remainder, okay? So supposing the question is only to find the remainder, it's not about the quotient, it's only to find the remainder. Then take the divisor x plus root 2, okay, equated to 0. If we have to find only the remainder, then we can use the remainder theorem. So take up the divisor x plus root 2 equated to 0 and find the value of x. So x is equal to minus root 2. Now, when you find which is the dividend, p of x is the dividend. The dividend is p of x. In place of x, use minus root 2 because x is equal to minus root 2. In place of x, use minus root 2. And find the value of p of minus root 2. Find the value of p of minus root 2. So p of minus root 2. In p of x, wherever we have x, we'll have to use minus root 2 or we'll have to substitute x with minus root 2. So 2 root 2 x square. So minus root 2 the whole square plus 5x 5 into minus root 2. Then plus root 2. You can see p of x there. You can see p of x right on top in the question. You can see p of x here in the question. So in p of x, in place of x, wherever we have x, we use minus root 2. Minus root 2. All right. So now let's work this. So we have 2 root 2 into minus root 2 into minus root 2. Minus root 2 the whole square means minus root 2 into minus root 2. Minus into minus plus. Root 2 into root 2, 2. So it's 2. This is 2. And here minus into, plus into minus, minus 5 root 2. And this plus root 2 is equal to, now this we'll have to multiply. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 root 2 minus 5 root 2 plus root 2. So simplify this, they're all like surds. 4 root 2, 5 root 2, root 2. They're all like surds. So 4 root 2 plus root 2 is 5 root 2. 5 root 2 minus 5 root 2 is 0. Is 0. So without performing the long division, using the remainder theorem, you can find the remainder. You can find the remainder like this. So the remainder is 0. When p of x is divided by g of x, the remainder is 0. But we also have to find the quotient. So we have to perform the long division. So we have to perform the long division. So here you get the quotient and remainder. Quotient and remainder. So the division process is like this. This is the first term of the dividend, and this is the first term of the divisor. So you need to divide the first term. You can see it here, rough work. Divide the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor, and you get 2 root 2x. So 2 root 2x is the first term in the quotient. Multiply 2 root 2x. Multiply 2 root 2x with x plus root 2. With the divisor x plus root 2. Multiply the first term in the quotient, 2 root 2x, with the divisor x plus root 2. So what do we get? 2 root 2 x square plus, when you multiply this and this, root 2 into root 2 is 2, and 2 2s are 4, 4x, 4x. See, when you multiply 2 root 2 x and root 2, so root 2 into root 2, root 2 into root 2 is 2, and 2 into 2 is 4, 4x, 4x. So that's what you'll have to write here, 2 root 2 x squared plus 4x. As always, change the signs. And since this is plus 2 root 2 x square minus 2 root 2 x square gets cancelled, 0. 5x minus 4x is x. You can see it here, x. And this plus root 2 comes down. Plus root 2 comes down. Now find the second term in the quotient. Find the second term in the quotient. So here again, this is the new dividend. This is the new dividend. This is the given dividend. Now this is the new dividend. So this is the first term of the new dividend. And this is the first term of the divisor. Divide. So x divided by x is 1. So that is the second term in the quotient. Plus 1. If it's 1, it means it's plus 1. That's the second term in the quotient. Plus 1. So again, you need to multiply 1 with the divisor x plus root 2. So you will get the same thing, x plus root 2. X plus root 2. And that's what you should write here, x plus root 2. Change the signs. Change the signs. So plus becomes minus, plus becomes minus. So x minus x. Plus root 2 minus root 2, 0. So this is the quotient. So we can conclude that since the remainder is 0, g of x is a factor. G of x is a factor of p of x. Or you can say that p of x is a multiple of g of x. Like you say, 25 is a multiple of 5. 5 is a factor of 25. 5 is a factor of 25. 25 is a multiple of 5. In the same way, g of x is a factor because the remainder is 0, is a factor of p of x. Or you can say p of x is a multiple of g of x because the remainder is 0. Anyways, we don't have to write those conclusions here. We just have to find the quotient and remainder. So the quotient is this expression and the remainder is 0. Quickly write down, children, if you have not completed. Let me know once done.
Completed, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
Is p of x a multiple of g of x? So we just have to find the remainder. So you don't have to find the quotient. With the quotient, you're not going to decide if p of x is a multiple of g of x. Whether multiple or factor, the remainder decides that. The quotient does not decide if an expression is a multiple of another expression of, or if an expression is a factor of another expression. The quotient does not decide that. It's the remainder that decides. So if the remainder is 0, then yes, p of x is a multiple of g of x. If the remainder is not 0, then p of x is not a multiple of g of x. So since we only need the remainder, we can use the remainder theorem. You don't have to do the long division. Please use the remainder theorem and find the value of whatever you have to find. Please work and tell me the answer. Please use remainder theorem and find the remainder when p of x is divided by g of x. Quick. Yes, Lishant. Lishant.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Now g of x. 3x minus 2 is the divisor. 3x minus 2 is the divisor. Equate it to 0 and tell me the value of x. Lishant, look at your screen. Yeah. Tell me the value of x.
Ma'am, 1 second.
No, don't work in your book. We'll do it together. You look at your screen. Tell me, solve for x. What's the value of x?
Completed, ma'am. Completed, ma'am.
Okay. What's the value of, okay, what is the answer you've got?
Ma'am, P of x is multiple of G of x, ma'am.
It is a multiple, is it? Okay. What about Danya? You said you're finished.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a multiple?
Yes, ma'am, it is a multiple.
It is a multiple. All right.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. What is your conclusion, Tanishka? Is it a multiple or not?
Yes, ma'am, it is a multiple.
It is a multiple. Yeah, read out your steps, Tanishka. 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Then what? Quickly.
3x is equal to 2, x is equal to 2 by 3.
Okay.
P of 2 by 3 is equal to 3 bracket 2 by 3 cube plus 2 by 3 square plus 20 bracket
Minus
2 by
20.
3.
Minus 20.
Yes, ma'am, minus 20. 2 by 3 plus 12, ma'am.
Okay.
Next, 3 into 8 by
I
27.
cancel this 3 and 3.
No, ma'am.
Why?
It's a bracket.
So what if there's a bracket?
No,
See,
ma'am,
when it is
it's a cube. We have to solve it, and next turn we have to cancel it.
correct. Correct. We need to first find 2 by 3 the whole cube. What is 2 by 3 the whole cube?
8 by 27.
8 by 27, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Then plus
Plus 4 by 9 minus 20 into 2 by 3 plus 12, ma'am.
so that will be 40 by 3, right?
Minus 40 by 3, ma'am.
Yeah, plus 12. Then here you can cancel now. 3 ones are 3 nines are.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's 8 by 9 plus 4 by 9. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Minus 40 by 3 plus 12. And this
Yes,
should give
ma'am.
you 0. Yeah. Let's see the answer slide. Very good. Let's see the
Ma'am.
answer slide. Yeah, see it here, children.
I got the same answer, ma'am.
Very good. X is 2 by 3. We need to find P of 2 by 3. We have to find the value of P of 2 by 3. We don't know the remainder. We have to find the remainder. So that means we have to find P of 2 by 3. It's not P of 2 by 3 is equal to 0. No, you can write P of 2 by 3 is 0 if it is given that G of x is a factor of P of x. Then you know the value of P of 2 by 3 is 0. Here you don't know. You have to find what is the value of P of 2 by 3. Or in other words, what is the value of P of x at x is equal to 2 by 3? What is the value of P of x at x is equal to 2 by 3? We have to find that. We have to find that. So just as Tanishka said, then I've taken up the LCM. LCM 9. So 8 plus 4, you understand LCM. So I've got 120 minus 120 by 9, which is 0 by 9, which is 0. Yes?
Ma'am, but I just did like 8 by 9 plus 4 by 9. So I got it as 12 by 9 and I reduced it, ma'am.
Yeah, that's also fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this means when P of x is divided by G of x, the remainder is 0. When P of x is divided by G of x, the remainder is 0. See, the remainder is 0. Therefore, P of x is a multiple of G of x. You can also, children. So as Sindhu was saying, 8 by 9 plus 4 by 9 is 12 by 9. And 12 by 9 is 4 by 3. 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 plus 40 by 3 minus minus 40 by 3 plus 12. So 3 is the common denominator. So 4 minus 40 plus 36. So you get 40 minus 40 by 3. 40 minus 40 by 3, which is 0 by 3, which is 0. Or whatever, see, need not get 40. See, if you simplify 4 and minus 40, you will get minus 36 plus 36. You will get minus 36 plus 36 by 0. So not that you must get 40 minus 40. Done, children?
Yes,
ma'am. Completed, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, by actual division, find the quotient and remainder when x to the power 4 plus 1 is divided by x minus 1. By actual division, find the quotient and remainder when x to the power 4 plus 1 is divided by x minus 1. Started working, children? By actual division, that means the long division. Find the quotient and remainder. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hand. Netra, Sindhu, Sanjay, Devadarshini, Madhumita, Danya, Tanishka, Jayant, Raja, Lishant, Shri Krishmi, Arjun and Krishmika Shri. Okay. Yes, children. Yeah.
Ma'am, is the remainder 1, ma'am?
The remainder is 1, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the quotient?
X cube, ma'am.
X cube is the quotient.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll wait for the others to share their answers. Sindhu and Sanjay, use remainder theorem and check if your remainder is correct. Yes, others?
I too got the same, ma'am.
Ma'am, I actually got 2, ma'am.
What's your quotient?
X cube, ma'am.
Oh, x cube is the quotient, but remainder is 2, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This?
Ma'am, working, ma'am, just 1 minute.
Yeah, okay, sorry, okay.
Ma'am, I got 0, ma'am. The remainder is 0.
And what's your quotient?
X cube plus x square minus x.
X cube plus x squared minus x, is it?
Yes,
And the
ma'am.
remainder is 0, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Check the remainder using remainder theorem. Tanya, check your remainder using remainder theorem.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I actually made a mistake when subtracting it, ma'am. So my
Okay, so
quotient is not correct, ma'am.
oh, your quotient is not correct, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Correct it and let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Danya, is your remainder correct?
Just a minute, ma'am.
Okay, so it's time to see the answer. So children, see here. We need to divide x to the power 4 plus 1 by x minus 1. All right. So what's the first term in the quotient? All if you listen carefully, what's the first term in the quotient? X to the power 4 by x, right?
X cube.
X cubed. X cubed. So x cubed. Next what? See, there are so many non-participants in this class. So many non-participants. I call out, but you know, you don't want to answer. I can't do anything. Arjun, Shri Krishmi. So x to the power 3 is the first term in the quotient. Now we need to multiply x cubed by, yes, Tanya, is your remainder right?
Ma'am, it's 1, ma'am.
Are you getting the same remainder in the long division method and using the remainder theorem?
No, ma'am.
No, right, Danya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No, you're getting the same remainder or no?
I'm not getting the correct remainder, ma'am.
Correct, yeah. So we'll multiply x cubed by x minus 1. Am I right, children?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So it
ma'am.
will be x to the power 4 minus x cubed, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So can I write that? X to the power 4 minus x cubed here?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, no,
Shall I
ma'am.
change the signs? Shall I am doing it right. Yes. Shall I change the signs?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
See, what you feel is you cannot write x cubed under 1. That is what is running in your mind. How can you write x cubed under 1? I'm not going to simplify them. I'm not going to
Ma'am,
simplify
I
them.
actually got this step right, but then I cannot understand what I should do next because we cannot add or subtract unlike terms.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
we'll understand.
Stopped in the step itself, ma'am.
Yes, children. Yes, children. Please wait. Let's understand. So is this right? You have to agree with me. Now I've changed the signs, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now x to the power 4 minus x to the power 4 gets cancelled, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now we have 1 plus x cubed. Can we simplify this?
No, ma'am.
No. So which one should I write? Should I write 1 first or x cubed first?
X cube.
Yeah, you should write x cubed first. You should not write 1 first. You should write the remainder in the correct order. You must write the remainder, which will be the new dividend in the correct order. Now we have 1 plus x cubed or x cubed plus 1. You cannot add it. It's not 2x cubed or anything. You cannot simplify. So these two terms will come down as they are. But whom to write first? Which term to write first? X cubed. See, it's plus x cubed. That will be the first term. And then followed by plus 1. Now what's the next step? What's the next step?
X cube
Ma'am,
divided
why
by
should
x.
I write x cube first?
Then what's the answer?
X square, ma'am.
So we have to multiply x squared with?
X minus 1.
Okay, somebody else continue. Krishmi, can you continue? Krishmi.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, Madhumita.
Ma'am, why does x cube come first?
Because we'll have to arrange the terms in the descending order of the powers of x.
Okay, ma'am, I get it.
Okay, Netra. Krishmika Shri, are you there? Krishmika Shri. Raja. Okay, I'll get back to Netra. Netra, yes, tell me what after this?
X cube minus x square, ma'am.
So I should write x cubed minus x squared. Then what?
Change the signs.
Okay.
We need to cancel the
Okay.
x cube.
Yeah.
We will get x square minus x, sorry ma'am, plus x square plus 1.
Devadarshini, can you continue? Okay, Madhumita, after this?
We have to multiply x into x squared plus 1, ma'am.
So the next term, the quotient will be? Oh, I didn't write the term here, no? I didn't write plus x squared, sorry. Yeah, then it will be x squared by x, which is x.
Yes,
so the
ma'am.
next term is plus x. And
And
we need
now
to multiply x with x minus 1.
Yes, ma'am.
So
That
it'll
is
be
x squared minus
x. Again, change the signs. Change the signs. Cancels. And
we have to put x first and then plus 1.
plus 1. So we need to continue the division because the degree is equal. X to the power 1, x to the power 1. The degrees are equal. So continue the division. X by x, which is 1, plus 1. So plus 1. So when you multiply the divisor x minus 1 by 1, you will get the same thing, x minus 1. Change the signs. Change the signs. And 2 is the remainder. 2 is the remainder.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have to add 0x cubed and all that. So you don't have to do that. But this is how you do when you were in 7th or 8th standard. You don't have to, if you want, you can write. If you want this portion, if you want, you can write. Otherwise, you don't have to write. You can just follow what I've done here. Just write it in the correct order. You understand, children?
Yes, ma'am.
No, you just copy this division itself. Let me write it, do it neatly for you. Copy this one. So you can write out the quotient and remainder. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am. Completed, ma'am.
Yeah. You understood something from this answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So it was the simple division. We didn't get the correct answer. So be careful when you're dividing. When you cannot simplify, when you don't have like terms to simplify, so the terms will come down as they are. And when you write them in the descending order of the powers of the variable x, y, or whatever is the variable involved. So right from the first step, see here we had 1 and x cubed. We'll have to write x cubed first and then 1. The next step, we had x squared plus 1. You should not write 1 plus x squared. You must write x squared plus 1. Then again x plus 1. That order in which you write the remainder is very important. Understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
This is what we used to do. Like when we were young and we were introduced to division. So we used to add the missing terms like this. 0x cubed, 0x squared, 0x and 1. Now in 9th standard, I don't want you to do this. You may, if you want, take a picture of this one.
Ma'am, can you please show the previous slide for a second? I forgot to take a screenshot.
You're not writing now, Madhumita?
I am writing, ma'am, but in case I make mistakes, I'll use them to refer, ma'am.
Yes, children.
Taken, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So if p of x is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x, find p of 0, p of 1, and p of 2. What do you conclude? Let's see the answer. So p of 0, this is p of x, children. This is p of x. So you know how to find p of 0. P of 0 is 0. So what do you conclude? If p of 0 is 0, If P of 0 is 0, that means 0 is a 0 of P of x. 0, the 0 is a 0 of P of x. If P of 0 is 0, that means, see here, since P of 0 is 0, the conclusion is this 0 is a 0 of P of x. This 0, not this 0. This is the remainder. This 0, this value, this 0, that is the value which is used in place of x. The value which is used in place of x. So this 0 is a 0 of P of x. Then we have to find P of 1. So when you find P of 1, P of 1 is also 0. So since P of 1 is 0, it means 1 is a 0 of P of x. 1 is a 0 of P of x. And when you find P of 2 is also 0. That means since P of 2 is 0, 2 is a, this 2 is a 0 of P of x. Now, this is for, your additional reference, this one, I'll tell you how to generate these. So now if 2 is a 0, the variable involved is x. You can see it's a cubic polynomial. So it can have a maximum of 3 factors. We have found all the 3 zeros. It's a cubic polynomial. It can have a maximum of 3 factors and 3 zeros or 3 factors. It's a cubic polynomial. It can have a maximum of 3 zeros or 3 factors. So here we have all the zeros. 0 is a 0, 1 is a 0, 2 is a 0. Now further you can find the factors. That means x is equal to 0, right? Listen to this very carefully. Listen to this very, very carefully. X is equal to 0. This means x is equal to 0. This means x is equal to 1. And this one means x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. Because in place of x, we're using 0, 1, and 2, right? In place of x, we're using 0. See, in place of x, we use 0 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Correct? In place of the variable, we use 0, 1, and 2. That means in the first working, x is equal to 0. In the second working, x is equal to 1. And in the third working, x is equal to 2. From this, you can generate the factors. So just transpose this, bring this here. You will get x minus 2. You'll always equate the factor. You'll always equate that polynomial to 0, right? So that step is what you're getting. When you bring this here, it will become x minus 2. So x minus 2 is a factor. When you bring this here, it will become x minus 1. So x minus 1 is a factor. And here, when you bring this here, it's the same. It's just x. It's just 0, right? So it's anyways going to be x. So x minus 1 and x minus 2 are the factors of P of x. Write down, children. I'll tell you something more. You just write down first.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah.
Completed, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah. So what I was telling you is that when you find, see, you're asked to find P of 0. See, when you work P of 0, it's not that the value should be 0. And when you work P of 1, you can get anything. You can get any value. But not that you must always get 0. So we are asked to find P of 0, P of 1, P of 2. That means in P of X, in place of X, we're supposed to use 0, find the value, 1, find the value, 2, and find the value. That is, you're finding the value of P of X. You're finding the value of P of X at X is equal to 0. Then in the second one, you're finding the value of P of X at X is equal to 1. You're finding the value of P of X at X is equal to 2. Finding the value of the polynomial for some value of X. Okay, so P of 0 is 0. So this is the remainder. This is the value of the polynomial. This one, P of 0, this is actually the remainder. P of 0 is equal to 0. So that means, what is the 0 here? In place of X, we've used 0. X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. When you just take this to the side, it's still X only. So that means X is a factor of P of X. 0 is a 0. 0 is a 0. See, a 0 is a 0 of P of X. And from this, you conclude that X is the factor. See here, X is the factor of P of X. X is the factor of P of X. Next, from this one, this is X is equal to 1. X is equal to 1. X is equal to 1. When you take this here, it becomes X minus 1. So 1 is a 0. 1 is a 0 of P of X. And also X minus 1. X minus 1 is a factor of P of X. And when X is equal to 2, when X is equal to 2, when you bring this here, it is X minus 2. When X is equal to 2, since P of 2 is 0, 2 is a 0 of P of X. 2 is a 0 of P of X. Also, X minus 2 is a factor of P of X. X minus 2 is a factor of P of X. So we found the factors and we found all the three factors. So when you multiply the factors, you must get the polynomial. When you multiply the factors, when you multiply all the three factors, you must get this polynomial P of X. We found all the three factors. We found all the three factors. See, if supposing it has 4 factors and you have found only 2, then the product of those 2 factors will not give you the polynomial. If supposing there are 4 factors and you have only found 2 of them, when you multiply those 2 factors, you cannot get the polynomial. But here, this is a cubic polynomial. And you know, it has a maximum of 3 factors, 3 zeros, 3 factors. And you have all the 3 factors. So the product of these 3 factors should give you this polynomial P of X. So check that. So when you multiply, let's multiply first X and X minus 1. What do we get? X square minus X. Now let's multiply X square minus X with X minus 2. So it's going to be X square into X minus 2 minus X into X minus 2. So X cubed minus 2X square minus X square plus 2X. The like terms in the middle. So X cubed minus 3X square plus 2X. You can see that that's the polynomial. That's the polynomial. X into X minus 1 into X minus 2. Let me do it here again. X into X minus 1 into X minus 2. What is X into X minus 1 into X minus 2? First, we'll do X into X minus 1. What do you get? X square minus X. Now we'll multiply this X square minus X with the other factor X minus 2. How to multiply? Write the first term X square multiplied by the second bracket X minus 2. Write the second term minus X multiplied with the second bracket X minus 2. Now how do you multiply? X square into X. X cubed minus, sorry, X square into minus 2. Minus 2X square minus x into x minus x squared minus x into minus 2 plus 2x. So it's x cubed minus like terms minus 3x squared plus 2x. And right on top you can see the polynomial x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x. So you don't have to write all that, just understand. So find P of 0, P of 1, P of 2. What do you conclude? We conclude that 0, 1 and 2 are the zeros of P of x. And we can also say that x minus 1 and x minus 2 are the factors of P of x. If the polynomial was in y, if it was y cubed minus 3y squared, then you must say y minus 1 and y minus 2 are factors. If the polynomial was in z cubed, 3z squared, 2z, then you must say z minus 1 and z minus 2 are factors of P of x. You should use the variable accordingly. Yes, this is easy, children. Finish it fast. I was about to say take a screenshot. No, don't do that. Please complete this. I'll just come back, children. Please complete this one.
Completed, ma'am.
Done, ma'am. Completed, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah, all right, children. I think we've come to the end of this one. Oh, we have some more, is it? I thought this was the end and I got the next material. Oh my God, I didn't know. Oh, I thought this was the end of the material and I went to get the next material. Okay, okay. All right, yes, do this. So I think there's nothing to explain in this, right, children? Yes, Sanjay and Sindhu, what's the joke?
Ma'am?
What's the joke?
No, ma'am. She made a mistake. I made a mistake in that and he was just laughing at my mistake, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Yes, children, anything to explain here? All of you understood this?
Understood, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yeah, this is the next question. Please try this one. If 3 and minus 3 are the zeros of the polynomial, find the values of A and B. So the zeros are given straight away. If 3 and minus 3 are zeros. So what are the equations, children? If 3 is a 0, what are the equations?
Ma'am, x minus 3 and x plus 3, ma'am.
No, come again.
X minus 3 and x plus 3, ma'am.
X minus 3 and x plus 3 are factors, is it, of the polynomial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then what will you do with them?
Ma'am?
Ma'am,
So
x
what
minus 3 is equal to 0 and we have to equate them.
Okay, next.
And then by that value, f of that value is equal to, we have to substitute it, ma'am.
Substitute and what will be the answer? You have to find the answer, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
No, you're somewhat right, Danya, but not 100% clear. Somewhere close, but you didn't
Ma'am, we have to find the values of A and B.
Yeah, we have to find the values of A and B. What are the equations you can construct with 3 and minus 3? If 3 is a 0, what is the condition that you can generate if 3 is a 0?
It is a factor of f of x.
Yeah, 3 is a 0 means x minus 3 is a factor, correct? So factor means?
It is a 0 of that column.
No, I'm looking for that condition which I always say you must write. When you know the remainder, you must write an equation, that condition. I'm expecting that answer from you people. Okay, see, you're expected to write this. You must write f of 3 is equal to 0 because 3 is a 0. If 3 is a 0, that means f of 3 is 0. See here. See here. What did we get? See here. If p of 1 is 0, if p of 1 is 0, that means 0. That means 1 is a 0 of p of x. If 1 is a 0 of p of x, that means p of 1 will be 0. If 1 is a 0 of p of x, that means p of 1 is 0. The vice versa. You must write this condition because 3 is a 0. That means f of 3 is equal to 0. The value of the polynomial f of x at x is equal to 3 is 0. Why? Because 3 is a 0 of f of x. So that means if 3 is a 0 of f of x, if 3 is a 0, it's given 3 is a 0 of f of x, it means f of 3 is 0. Similarly, because minus 3 is a 0 of f of x, it means f of minus 3 is also 0. F of 3 is 0, f of minus 3 is 0. So these are the two conditions. F of 3 is equal to 0. F of minus 3 is equal to 0. These are the two conditions. So now f of 3 is equal to 0 means 3 cubed plus 3 square minus a into 3 plus b is equal to 0. So you get an equation. Similarly here minus 3 cubed for the next one plus, because what is f of minus 3? In the polynomial f of x, wherever there is x, you should use 3. So minus 3 cubed plus minus 3 square minus a into minus 3 plus b is equal to 0. So you'll get two equations from this. You need to solve the two equations, or sometimes you can get the value of b from one of the equations. Let's see how it goes. I'll show you the answer slide. So this is what I expected. This is what I expected. I wanted you to say that since 3 is a 0 of f of x, f of 3 is 0. Since minus 3 is a 0 of f of x, f of minus 3 is 0. So f of 3 is 0 means how do you express f of 3? This is how you express f of 3. In place of x, use 3. Is equal, this is equal to 0 here, is equal to 0. Then you get an equation in a and b. You can see here. Have a and b on one side, take the number to the other side, you get an equation in a and b. Then here, f of minus 3 is 0. That means here in this f of x, in place of x, use minus 3. So that is, this is what is f of minus 3. Is equal to 0, is equal to 0. Then here, when you simplify this, you have 3a plus b. Take the constant to the other side is equal to 18. So we got two equations in a and b. How do we solve the equations for a and b? To find the values of a and b, write the equations one below the other like this. Write the equations one below the other. Any equation can be written first. I've just written this one first because I've called it 1 and this one 2. Write the equations one below the other, and you can already see that minus 3a and plus 3a will get cancelled. So you don't have to change the signs. I told you In one answer earlier, I told you when you write the equations one below the other, you have two options. You can either add the two equations or subtract the two equations. Adding the two equations means simplifying without changing the signs of the second equation. Adding the two equations means simplifying the two equations without changing the signs in the second equations. You don't change the signs in the second equation. That means you're adding the two equations. If you change the signs in the second equation, change all the signs in the second equation, that means you're subtracting the two equations. You can do anything. You can add the two equations or subtract the two equations. So here, I did not change the signs. I'm adding the two equations because as it is minus 3a plus 3a is 0. So b plus b is 2b. See, it's not my choice. I'm not just striking this out because I don't want a. Minus 3a plus 3a is 0. So it's not that, okay, you are cancelling a, I don't want b, so let me strike this out. It's not like that. You cannot cancel out b like that because b plus b is 2b. Minus a plus a is, minus 3a plus 3a gets cancelled because the value is 0. Plus b is plus 2b. Minus 36 plus 18 is minus 18. So b is equal to, minus 18 by 2, which is minus 9. So you found the value of b. Now substitute b is equal to minus 9 in any one of the two equations, either 1 or 2. Substitute and find the value of a. See, children, you can also, in this case, you can also do this. See the equations, 3a plus b is equal to minus 36. Please look at your screen. 3a plus b is equal to 18. All right. You can also change in this case, you can also change the sign. So what will happen? Minus. What happens here? Minus. What happens here? Minus. Minus 3a minus 3a minus 6a plus b minus b 0 is equal to minus 36 minus 18 minus 54. So a is equal to minus 54 by minus 6, which is equal to 9. 6 nines are 54, minus and minus cancels. So you will get a first. See here, the value of a, a is 9. Next, what will you do, Danya, after finding a?
Ma'am, we have to substitute the value in equation number 2, ma'am.
1 or 2, correct? Any equation you can substitute.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and find the value of?
B, ma'am.
B, very good. Correct. Find the value of b. So you can, if you want, you can change the equation, change the signs. I've presented both the workings. You can change the signs or you can just, meaning you can add the two equations or subtract the two equations. Children, do you understand this condition? When I told you if 3 is a 0, that means f of 3 is 0. See, f of 3 because it is f of x. If it was like say g of x, then I must say g of 3 is 0. Since the polynomial is f of x and 3 is a 0, that means f of 3 is equal to 0. Minus 3 is also 0. That means f of minus 3 is also 0. So you must write these two conditions first and construct the equation. See here, that's what I've written. I've written this condition first. And then got the first equation. Write the next condition, get the second equation and solve the two equations to find the values of a and b. Please write down, children. Please let me know your doubts.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I couldn't understand the last step, ma'am. Substituting b equals to -9 in equation 1. That whole step I couldn't understand, ma'am.
Devadarshini, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'll tell. Yeah. You're sure you understood till here, Devadarshini?
Ma'am?
You understood till here, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we found the value of b, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We have to find the value of a. We have to find the values of a and b. We found the value of b. Next, we'll have to find the value of a. So now we have two equations. We have equation 1 and equation 2. Take any one equation. Take any one equation, either equation 1 or equation 2. I have taken equation 1. What is equation 1? Minus 3a plus b is equal to minus 36.
Okay.
Okay. So now we found the value of b, right? So instead of b, use minus 9.
Okay, ma'am.
So what you get? Minus 3a plus minus 9 is equal to minus 36.
Okay.
Now plus into minus is minus.
Yes, ma'am.
Minus 3a minus 9 is equal to minus 36.
Yes, ma'am.
Now when this comes here, what will happen? Plus 9, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, so minus 36 plus 9 is minus 27.
Okay, ma'am.
So minus 3a is equal to minus 27. Minus 3a is minus 27. So a is equal to minus 27 by minus 3, which is 9. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So like this, we find the value of a.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, good.
Completed, ma'am.
All right. Tanishka, any doubts?
No doubts, ma'am.
You're sure you understood it clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Solving the two equations, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Completed, ma'am.
All right.
Just a minute.
Prajit, today you forgot that there's a class, is it, Prajit? Are you there from the beginning of the meeting, Prajit?
Yes, ma'am. I was out, ma'am. I only came at 7.
You were out, meaning?
I was out of my house, ma'am. I was traveling.
But you were in the meeting, is it?
Yes, ma'am. I came at the meeting at 7.
Yeah, that's what, because I didn't see you for some time after the meeting started.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
For what value of m is p of x divisible by x plus 2? For what value of m? What should be the value of m? Where is m? Where is m? Here is m. So for what value of m will p of x be divisible by x plus 2? What should be the value of m so that p of x, this polynomial, is divisible by x plus 2? So if p of x if P of X should be divisible by X plus 2, then P of minus 2 should be 0. X plus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 2. P of minus 2. Why P of? Because P of X. If it was F of X, we should say F of minus 2. So what should be the value of M so that P of X is divisible by X plus 2? Since X is equal to minus 2, P of minus 2, the answer should be 0. The remainder should be 0. P of minus 2 gives us the remainder when P of X is divided by X plus 2. And the answer should be 0. Only then P of X is divisible by X plus 2. The remainder should be 0. So this is the condition you should work with. You must write P of minus 2 is equal to 0. If P of X, you can see the answer here. If P of X should be divisible by X plus 2, then P of minus 2 should be 0. How did we get minus 2? Because X plus 2 is equal to 0, X is equal to minus 2. So P of minus 2 should be 0. So this is the condition. P of minus 2, 0 is the condition. This is how you write P of minus 2 is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. In place of M, you should not write minus 2. Only in place of X, you must write minus 2. M will come as M. So the value of M is 1. Write down the answer, children.
Completed, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
Completed.
Completed, ma'am.
Alright, children.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah, so it's not just writing from the slide, children. You should understand what's happening here. Take the heading, factorize using factor theorem. Factorize using factor theorem. Factorize using factor theorem. Yes, children. So factorize using factor theorem. You need to use the factor theorem to factorize this cubic polynomial. You can see it's a cubic polynomial. You can see it is a cubic polynomial. Y cubed minus 7y plus 6 is a cubic polynomial in one variable y. Y cubed minus 7y plus 6 is a cubic polynomial in one variable y. In one variable y. It is also a trinomial. It's a trinomial because there are 3 terms. Based on the number of terms, it is a trinomial. Based on degree, it is a cubic polynomial in one variable y. We need to factorize. We know that this has a maximum of 3 factors. This can have a maximum of 3 factors because it's a cubic polynomial. We'll have to factorize. So you need to find all the factors of this cubic polynomial using factor theorem. So first assign, call this call this polynomial something. You can call it f of y. You can call it f of y or p of y, whatever. It's y, but it's y. So say let p of y. Let p of y. P of y be equal to y cubed minus 7y plus 6. Now let's find P of 1. We'll find P of 1. We don't know. We can't write P of 1 is equal to 0. We can't write P of 1 is 0. You don't know if 1 is a 0. So let us find P of 1. We'll find, when you're finding P of 1, that means you're finding the value of the polynomial at y is equal to 1. You're trying to find the value of the polynomial at y is equal to 1. So is equal to 1 cubed minus 7 into 1 plus 6. So which is equal to 1 minus 7 plus 6. And 1 minus 7 is minus 6 plus 6, 0. P of 1 is 0. If P of 1 is 0, this means y minus 1, because 1. So y minus 1 is a factor of P of y, is a factor of P of y. Because P of 1 is 0, supposing P of 1 was not 0, it was some other non-zero value, then you have to try P of minus 1. If that also does not work to 0, you should try P of 2, P of minus 2, P of 3, P of minus 3. So we normally take integer values. We don't try fractions. The question will be designed like that. So you will be able to find some integral zeros. Integral zeros meaning some integer zeros like 1 minus 1, 2, 0, minus 2, 3, minus 3. You will be able to find integer zeros. The zeros can be fractions also. Zeros can be fractions also. But the polynomial given to you will have an integer 0. So either P of 1 will be 0 or P of minus 1 will be 0. If it is not, then you should try P of 2, P of minus 2, until you get the value of the polynomial as 0. So this P of 1 is 0. So this means y minus 1. Why? Because the variable is y. So y minus 1 is a factor of P of y. All of you understand so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
First, give a name to the polynomial. So we have called it P of y. P of y because y is the variable. Then we take y is equal to 1. We take y as 1 and we find the value of P of 1. P of 1 is 0. That means y minus 1 is a factor of P of y. Now to factorize a cubic polynomial, it is enough if you find one factor. It is enough if you find one factor. Now let us divide. The next step is to divide. So write the cubic polynomial y cubed minus 7y plus 6. Y cubed minus 7y plus 6. And divide that by its factor y minus 1. And divide that by its factor y minus 1. Write the cubic polynomial and divide. You found one factor. The factor was not given to you. You know a cubic polynomial has a maximum of 3 factors. You found one of the 3 factors. One out of the 3 factors you found. Now what's the next step? Divide the cubic polynomial by that linear factor. By that linear factor. So now you know the division. Y cubed divided by y is y squared. So you should write y squared here. And you must multiply y squared with y minus 1. What do you get? Y cubed minus y squared. So write that. Y cubed minus y squared. Then change the signs. Change the signs. Minus plus. This gets cancelled. Now see there. Minus 7y plus y squared. They are not like terms. Minus 7y plus y squared. They are not like terms. They'll come down as they are. And you must write the y square term first, followed by minus 7y. You must write the y square term first. If you write minus 7y first, your division will be wrong. You must write y square first and then minus 7y. Now again the second step. Y square divided by y is equal to y. Now multiply. So that's the second term in the quotient plus y. Now multiply y with y minus 1. So what do you get? This is the regular division. Y square minus y. So y square minus y. Change the signs. Change the signs. Minus, plus, cancels. Now these are like terms. Minus 7y plus y, like terms. So minus 6y. Minus 6y. And bring that term down. Plus 6. You can see that plus 6 is there. We have not still used plus 6. We have not used plus 6. Bring it down. So now minus 6y by y is equal to minus 6. Y and y cancel. So minus 6. Now when you multiply minus 6 with y minus 1, you get minus 6y plus 6. Minus 6y plus 6. So on changing the signs, plus, minus, they get cancelled. And the remainder should be 0. The remainder should be 0 because you're dividing the polynomial by its factor, y minus 1. Write down, children. We haven't finished the answer. Write down so far. Oh, it's time. Notice. Children, I didn't notice the time. It's time for the next meeting. Can you take a screenshot and complete this, children? The last lesson plan. Yeah, the last lesson plan has factorizing using factor theorem videos. The last lesson plan, if I'm not wrong. You can make use of that and complete this.
Taken, ma'am. Taken, ma'am.
Yeah, please use the video and complete this one, children. I'll be posting some messages in the group. Okay, in the broadcast list. Please follow them.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. All right, children. So that was it for today's class. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.